What's going on, everybody? Putting some new Bandit springs on the Elka Stage 5s, getting rid of the stock springs. I don't have a spring compressor, so I like to use 3 quick clamps and basically just get enough pressure that I can hand unspin this. Once you get enough pressure off, you'll be able to push this rubber up a little bit here. Maybe. Then this will slide out. And around the shock. I like to take that off before I release the clamps. This is the last clamp I tightened, so that's going to be the first one I release. There's a little pressure, not that much pressure. This is my second to last one. And then finally my third one. It's going to have a little more pressure than the rest, but again, like I said, there's not that much pressure. So you'll have that spun all the way up. Everything just slides on off. Pretty basic, pretty simple. But here's a comparison to the Bandits to the stock. It's those are pretty comparable. But once you get to the top spring, there's a huge difference in that. Now when you order the Bandit spring kit, this is for the Wildcat Sport. The front is single spring, a little bit smaller than the back. A little bit of comparison to the front and back for the Elkas. So when you buy this kit, it actually changes the front to a dual coil over. So it'll look like the rear shocks basically when you're all said and done. Huge difference. Basically just gonna put it all together just like you took it all apart. Obviously, I gotta get, or it's longer now, so I gotta unspin this up a little bit further. I'll probably have to max this all the way out to get that bottom piece back in. The fronts I did not have to max out that far, and then what I did is I compressed this spring just a little bit to get a little bit of pressure in on everything. Alright, backs are going to be a little bit more trickier than the front ones were, so basically we're just going to compress this spring a little bit. Again, if you got a spring compressor, it's going to make your job a little bit simpler. But I searched YouTube, didn't really find any information on this. Basically, I'm going to set them at 0 preload, hand crank them the best that I can, and then get a little preload set on them. Once I get a little preload set on them, take it for a little ride, let the shock settle in, adjust the preload as needed. These Elka Stage 5s got adjustments on here for high and low speeds. What I'll probably do is put them right in the middle setting, and then I'll be able to adjust from there if I want to go a little bit softer, a little bit firmer. My wife's machine, she likes a little bit of a softer ride than anything else, so we'll see where she's comfortable at. Go from there. Shock removal is pretty simple. It's just the 2 bolts, 13 millimeter and 15 millimeter for the Sport Elkas. Don't remember what my trails are. Don't really want to force this on, but it's looking like I might have to, well, I was going to say use a rubber mallet, but nope. Again, there's really not too much pressure on these once you get into them. Especially when you use 3, it kind of distributes the pressure a little bit. But you do want to make sure everything's lined up for the most part. when you release that last one. Get it all sitting in there nice, nice, nice. So basically, these are at very little. Just off a negative preload, but Elka's got a real good system on their website and how to adjust their shocks and everything. Bandit's got a decent little spread on there too on how to set preload and everything, but there's really no right or wrong way. It's more of a personal preference. Find where you want settings, get it all set back up, go from there. But pretty simple, pretty easy. I hope this helps somebody out. Like I said, I searched the YouTube and I didn't see too much on the YouTube on the Elka Stage 5 shocks and the Bandit springs on how to change them specifically for the Wildcat sport. But I'll snag and show you the fronts. They're all done. Like I said, this was a single coil-over spring. Changes it to a dual coil-over spring. We'll see how it goes. A few other projects going on. Lower bushings need to go in. I'm actually getting a 12 millimeter stud upgrade kit. I got new heim joints that need to go in. Got a new boot that needs to go on. So my wife's sport's gonna be down for a little bit. Put a secondary spring in. I forget the brand of that off the top of my head. But also the 12 millimeter stud upgrade kit. Like I said, shocks come off super simple. I mean, 4 bolts. So again, hope this helps somebody out. You guys enjoy. Stay safe out on the trails. Later.